Well, how y'all doing, baby? It is Thursday. It's Thursday. The sun is shining out here. The air smells clean. Don't worry, that's going to change. He's on his way back to the country and he'll return to that familiar taint of crap in the air as soon as he gets back. But for the meantime, right now, it's a pretty good day. I hope you're enjoying yours. So, what's going on? Nothing, John. Ain't nothing going on in the news. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Jimmy Kimmel pulled off the air, baby, in a heartbeat. Boy, howdy, that's pretty big news right there, man. That's a shock to the system for a lot of us, man. All of a sudden, free speech isn't that big a thing anymore. You know, Donnie's on a tirade right here, man. You know, he's already gotten Stephen Colbert out of the picture as soon as this season's over with. Now Jimmy Kimmel's off the air. He had a list, baby, and he's going by it. You'd think this is big news. Everybody'd be talking about that shit this morning. You'd think, but no, not everybody was. You know, The View, the morning show with Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg and all that. Yeah, not a word this morning about Jimmy Kimmel. Not a word, baby, and that's big news. This is an attack on freedom of speech. You'd think Joy Behar would have something to say about it. No, because The View is on the hit list too, baby. As a matter of fact, Donnie's out there this morning talking about that, the FCC should think about taking the license of networks that criticize him. Yeah, are you shitting me? You know, Brendan Carr, the FCC chair, the guy that came on the news, on Fox News, prior to Jimmy Kimmel being jerked off the air and threatened with the show in ABC. Oh, by the way, ABC is the one that made pulled Jimmy Kimmel. And oh, by the way, ABC has got a big deal with another company to make a big merger deal, billions of dollars on the line. Yeah, and Donnie's not going to let that happen if ABC gets out of line. Ain't that something? We're talking about full-blown authoritarianism when it comes to free speech here. But no, go figure. Brendan Carr, the guy that's in charge of the FCC, wrote a chapter in Project 2025, baby. You know what it was entitled about? It was about reining in the broadcast networks. That's right, baby. Controlling the message. That's what you got to do. To hell with this free speech stuff and the right of the people to know. The right of the people to know is secondary to only what Trump wants you to know. And that's the way he's playing this game. So yeah, you have to wonder to yourself, these big corporations, Disney, which is the owner of ABC, what are you doing? Are you just kowtowing to him, man? You're just going to bow down and do whatever the Lord and Master says? Free speech, they be damned? Boy, howdy shit. And all the time that he's worried about what's he doing over in England? Gave a press conference with the Prime Minister over there and talking about that he won the 2020 election. Really, Donnie? That inflation is down in this country. Oh, no, it ain't, baby. It's rising like big time. He talked about how China is paying the United States all these tariffs. No, they're not, Donnie. American businesses are paying those tariffs. And then he went on and on about how during the Biden administration, all the countries in the world emptied out their prisons and their insane asylums and all this bullshit. He rattles on bullshit, outright lies. And yet, that's okay. But Jimmy Kimmel, making a comment about his reaction to the death of Charlie Kirk, which by the way, I found worth a chuckle when reporters asked Donnie at the White House there about how he was getting by the last few days with the loss of his best friend, and he immediately says, "Oh, I'm doing fine, and oh, by the way, look at the construction we're going on the ballroom over here and all that shit." Yeah, it was tongue in cheek, but says a lot about the man. Evidently, that's not allowable in our country anymore. We have an opportunity here to stand up and say something, because day by day he's trying to whittle away at the democracy in this country. There's more news about what's going on in this country with the U.S. troops and all this shit. And what we see him doing overseas? Nothing. When he was asked about Putin again, oh yeah, Putin disappointed me again. We've heard that line over and over and over. Oh, I was going to stand up to him, but he disappointed me again. Gee, I don't know what that. Are you shitting me? while he attacks Americans at home, while he attacks free speech here. He's allowing the, 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 the conflict in Ukraine to continue. Last night, Russia poured a heavy embargo into it, and nothing out of Donnie. Nothing. He's more determined in his war against the American people, I think. We have a right and a duty to stand up and say something. We need to do that. And en masse, baby. As a matter of fact, I'm looking into an organization, refusefascism.org, and they got a big protest planned for November 5th in the Capitol. And boy, how does shit. It sounds like a damn good idea, because if we don't rise up and stop this shit, it's just going to get worse, baby. It's going to be, our freedoms, our liberties are being chipped away daily, baby. Daily. Anyway, be on your toes, sweetie. Got to watch out for what the hell we're doing. Anyway, it's Thursday. We'll have a live meeting tonight, Blue Dot Family Meeting. Y'all come by and join us. Until then, y'all try to put a smile on your face, baby. There's always something to smile about. Just try to find it. It's kind of hard to do nowadays, ain't it? We'll see you later.